Hey guys, it's Sasha with Rice and Raw, and I'm going to show you how to make my mom's banana bread, but it's really more, it's really more of a banana bread fudge because she adds in way more bananas than the recipe calls for, which sounds perfect for people who eat a high-carb vegan diet. So, right now I have already blended together the butter and the sugar. Butter? No, not real butter. It is, where did I put the butter? In the fridge. It is vegan butter. It is the Earth Balance soy-free butter. You could also probably get away with coconut oil if you prefer that. And the sugar I used was organic coconut sugar, so don't you guys worry. And I feel like the sugar also is, you don't really need it. You probably don't need it if you don't want to add in the coconut sugar, so that is optional. And I added in just a sprinkle of salt, another optional, but my mom suggested it. She said that it would, help it out a bit. So I've done that. I've blended it together. Now, the recipe calls for half a cup of butter and a cup of sugar, but I used probably more like 1/4 cup of butter and 1/4 cup of sugar to maybe half a cup. So I'm going to alter the recipe a little bit. And of course, like I always suggest, alter things to suit you. So say this recipe, say you're freaking out about the vegan butter. Oh my gosh. You can use an alternative. If you're freaking out about the sugar, you don't need to add it. Like I said, everything can be altered to suit your needs. So I have that all blended up in my little mini food processor, and I'm going to mash the bananas. So this is a really great recipe to use when you have way too many overripe bananas. I already have 2 giant freezer bags of bananas in the freezer. I got all of these bananas on sale for 22 cents per pound. So for 45 pounds I spent like $10. So if you have all these extra bananas lying around like I do, this is a great recipe. Also, if you have a boyfriend who has a sweet tooth, then this is also a really great recipe because it is super healthy, yet it's going to taste like a dessert to people. Just extra bananas. It's going to be really bananaed out. Okay, so I think that is about 15 bananas or so. I lost count. And that is the beauty of recipes like these. Doesn't really matter. It's going to turn out delicious no matter what, unless you really mess it up. So this is about 15 bananas. I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 15 bananas. So here are all the bananas in this bowl, and I'm just going to mush them up. Okay, and I added in the butter-sugar mixture to the mashed bananas. And I'm just going to mix it all in and keep mashing up the bananas because there are still some pretty good pieces. And you can probably put this into your Vitamix and then use the tamper with it. But I really don't feel like cleaning more dishes, so this is what's happening then. So here's what it looks like all mixed in. And there are a bit of lumps, and that's just going to add to the allure of the banana fudge bread. So it'll still be delicious. And to make this gluten-free, I'm going to use rice flour, and I just got this at Stop and Shop. It's a bit more expensive. If you wanted to use flour, you absolutely could. And this calls for 1.5 cups of flour. I may need to use more because I have absolutely so much batter here because of all the bananas I added, but we'll see. And if you have vanilla, now's the time to add a little bit of vanilla to it. I don't have any, so I'm just going to go with the flavor as it is. Also, if you have baking soda, now would be the time to add it as well, but I don't have any baking soda, so hopefully it turns out okay. So because there's so much batter, I'm going to add in an extra half a cup, so a total of 2 cups of flour will do. And to grease the pan, I'm going to use some organic coconut oil. Okay, so here's what the batter looks like. I'm just going to pour it onto the greased pan and then put it into the oven for at 350 for, I would say I'm going to check on it in half an hour. And I snuck some cinnamon before I put it into the oven. So you can also add in pieces of dates. You could do blueberries. Ooh, blueberries would have been really nice. You can be creative with this. If you like nuts and you eat nuts, you can add in some nuts or banana nut bread. There's lots of things you can do, so this is just a base and you guys can get creative with it, and I would love to see some of your creations. So if you are on Instagram and you try out my recipe or you add in some fun other ideas, tag me in the post. I'd love to see it, and I can't wait to show you guys the final product. Okay, so here's the final product. I put it into the oven for 45 minutes and it just looks so beautiful. And what I'm going to do is cut off a little slice first off and let it cool down and eat it. And then what I'd like to do is put it into the fridge and let it just completely cool down. So I'll let it cool down on the countertop for a bit and then pop it into the fridge overnight. And then it's going to be this really moist, almost cake-like, fudge-like type of dessert, really. Okay, so I just had some of that banana bread for a pre-workout snack, and then I'm off to the gym to lift weights. And I'm just super excited to get back into the whole gym routine. I do not do any cardio. I hate cardio. We'll never get on a treadmill. We'll never get on an elliptical again. We'll never get on a Stairmaster. Heck no. I just really only go to the gym just to lift weights. I'll be there for half an hour, at most 45 minutes of lifting weights as heavily as I can manage with the proper posture. And then I call it a day, and then I go to Chipotle and eat a giant burrito. So I'm really excited about getting back into that routine, and I hope to maintain it while I start my job, because my job is very time demanding. I don't know exactly when I'll get off every night. It's not really a preset time. So it is going to be a challenge to maintain that, but I really am excited about it, and I just love seeing the strength gains, really. And I've noticed that at the gym, if you're doing cardio, you don't really see progress right away. It takes a long time to see the progress. But when you go to the gym and you lift weights and you lift hard and you go as hard as you can, you'll see results like right away. And I love that. I love seeing the results. And it's also like this really great, almost addicting feeling of building muscle and seeing that strength gain and seeing that you're more capable of doing things. And that's a really great feeling, and it's really empowering. So I do suggest to all girls to go and learn how to lift weights. Ask your boyfriend, ask your guy friends. Usually guys know more about weights than girls, but hey, maybe you have some girlfriends who are really, really good at weight training. And if not, I know that Planet Fitness offers free weight training to teach you how to use the machines properly, because you can get very injured weight training without knowing what you're doing. So definitely ask people before you start lifting weights. Get some advice. And honestly, squats are a girl's best friend. So so that's definitely what I'll be doing today, leg day.